Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ru and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about our brain capacity. This subject is near and dear to my heart after working with dementia patients for so many years. I've always been fascinated with our brain and its capacity. If you struggle with difficulty remembering information and you want to optimize your brain power, I will go through some information that will help you using the Kwik method. So stay tuned. Every brain changes with age. Our mental functions change along with it. In today's day and age, mental decline is more common than ever, and cognitive impairment has become an expectation. Our memories are so important. It is the faculty by which our brain encodes and store and retrieve information, and essentially it is the essence of who we are. Memory holds important facts about people, about our lives, about our stories that we share and experience. There are various types of memory. We have an episodic memory, like a particular event that happened. Semantic memory, that involves storage of knowledge and information. Procedural memory, which includes information on how to do things. Working memory, which is part of our short-term memory, and it used to retain static information for short periods of time. Sensory memory is the way we remember information through sensory stimuli, such as sights and sound. And finally, perspective memory, which is our fourth thinking memory. Each memory has a distinct function and way of operating. The capabilities of the brain, however, is limitless. About a third of our memory is predetermined by our genetics, but the rest, 2/3, is learning. And there are techniques and ways to improve our memory. Today I will discuss one specific type of memory information technique that is used by Jim Kwik. He believes that in order to remember information, you need to be fast. FAST stands for forget, first of all. You need to clear your mind and fully listen without distractions or preconceived notions about the topic, so that you are able to receive information. You also want to forget your limitations, because if you're fighting for them, you get to keep them. So keeping an open mind is the most important thing. The A in FAST stands for active. To be a better learner, you need to be an active learner. Get involved and engage in your learning experience. Rather than consuming information, which is a very passive approach, be creative by taking notes, asking questions, applying the information that you learn in a way that makes sense to you. The S stands for state. Don't be in a dull or bored state when you learn something new. Get excited about it. Get excited about the information you get. One way is to engage in play. And finally, the T is for teach. Learn with the intent of teaching the information. When you do that, you get to learn it much faster. So there are different types of ways to improve your brain capacity, and one theory is that we remember things in time and space or the location. This is embedded in our evolution, as we need to remember where things were in order to survive, like where is the pond, where is the water, how to get out of a place. So this memory is a loci memory. And there are 10 quick brain recommendations that I will review next. The first thing, we need to have a good brain diet. Avocado, walnuts, salmon, turmeric, blueberries, green leafy vegetables. Those are good ways to help your mind as well as your body. The second point is ants. You want to be mindful of your automatic negative thoughts. As we mentioned earlier, in order to be able to receive new information, part of the FAST method is to forget your limits and be able and be willing to let go of any preconceived notions about yourself. Exercise is the third item on the list. We all know it's good. It helps your blood flow to your brain, and it just helps memory and focus. The fourth item is brain nutrition, like your omega-3s, B vitamins, and all these supplements. The fifth item is positive peer group. You want to make sure that you spend time with people that are positive in your life, because the people that you spend time with is who you become. So you want to surround yourself with people that contribute to your experience rather than continue to drain your battery. The sixth item is clean environment. The external world is a reflection of our internal world. So having a clean environment helps you feel decluttered and helps you stay in a state of mind that is more clean. 7 stands for sleep. I cannot stress enough how important sleep is. It helps clear out the plaque that is found in dementia patients, and through sleep you also consolidate short to long-term memory. I've done a full episode about sleep, and if you want to learn more about it, I will link the clip below in the notes. Number 8 is brain protection. Wear helmets. This is one of my pet peeves. For those who follow me, you know that I ride bicycles, and one of the things that I find is how many people do not use helmets. Protect your brain. You only have one, and it is so important to preserve it and make sure that you do everything in your power to protect it. Number 9 is be a learner. Learn something every single day. Having an open mind that is willing to accept and learn new information will help your brain continue to evolve. I don't care how many years of educations I have, I always learn. Learning keeps me humble and young, I hope, but it also leaves you open-minded to receive new information that always evolving, and it's helpful. The final item is stress management. We are under a chronic amount of stress. Making the effort and the time to relieve stress from your mind and from your body is extremely important. I have a selection of guided relaxation techniques that I invite you to check and practice in hopes that it helps you unwind. So let's talk about the Kwik method as a way to remember information. The mind needs training by creating a process, and Jim Kwik recommended using a loci method as a way to remember information. The idea behind it is to place each item that you need to remember in a location that makes sense to you, whether it's your house, your office, or any other place that feels safe. So for example, I just went over a list of 10 items that are healthy for your brain. And if you had to think of, maybe you could remember 7 items, plus minus 2, depending on how trained your memory is or how much attention you're paying in the first place. However, if you are used to this method, essentially you will improve the ability to remember information based on the location that you're going to place these items. I remember using this method as a kid spontaneously. As a child, I noticed that I remembered information better if I could picture it. So I would play with the information in my mind. I used to create pictures in my mind, and that way I was able to retain and engage with the information that I was supposed to remember for tests and later in grad school. I was able to remember a vast amount of information. However, I have to admit that over the years I stepped away and I stopped using this method. Most recently I came across it again, which brought to my mind all those hours where I used to train my mind and how effective it was. So let's do an exercise together, engaging with the 10 items that improve your memory and optimize our brain power using this exact method. I will use a local grocery store, which in most situations is organized about the same, and I invite all of you to imagine with me as we go through this exercise together. So imagine that you go to your local grocery store, mine is Publix, And after you fight traffic for a while and you get to the parking lot, this will be our first point of reference, the parking lot. Where is it? The parking lot. In the parking lot, we will come across the first item of our brain power list, which is good brain diet. I invite you to imagine that all the customers are standing outside in the parking lot throwing food around. There is huge food fight. There is salmon, leafy green vegetables, clouds of turmeric in the air, and lots of walnuts. Everyone is engaging in this huge food fight in the parking lot. This is our first point of reference to remember. Having a good brain diet is important. You get through the automatic glass doors. This is our second point of reference, the cart location. What is the second point of reference? Say it with me. The cart location. There greets you a huge ant. And it has a sword. Now you need to fight it in order to be able to get your cart and get into the store. The ant stands for the automatic negative thoughts. You get through the ant and collect your cart coming across to the customer service area. This is your third location of reference, the customer service area. Over there, you will find your gym teacher that tells you that this is going to be a hard effort exercise. If you recall correctly, your gym teacher will represent our third item on the list, exercise. Your gym teacher asks you to run from the customer service area to the bakery. The bakery is now our next point of reference. What is our next point of reference? The bakery. As you run to the bakery, your gym teacher keeps throwing vitamin supplements, using them as hurdles that you are supposed to jump over. If you remember correctly, the fourth item on our list is nutrients, brain nutrients. So as you're running to the bakery, you get through ginkgo biloba, running through vitamin D and omega-3s. Now you're done with the bakery and you're moving to our next point of reference, the deli. The fifth point of reference is the deli. You reach the deli line and over there you will find all your friends, all your positive, amazing peers that you remember from kindergarten and high school and college and maybe work, and they're all cheering you on. If you remember, a positive peer group is the fifth item on our brain power list. Our next and sixth point of reference is the vegetable department. You come to the vegetable department and you're noticing that it looks almost like a lab. Everything is squeaky clean. You have never seen the vegetable washed and shiny so much. They appear sparkling. Everything is clean. Clean environment is our sixth item on the brain power list. Our seventh location is the sushi station. I don't know about you, but I really like sushi. So imagine that you come to the sushi station area. This is our seventh point of reference. And all the lights are off. And you're trying to get your sushi, but everyone is sleeping. And you try to wake them up, but they shush you. And they tell you to go away because this is their nap time. Sleep is our seventh item. Our eighth location is the meat department. Imagine that in order to get to the meat department, there are lots of chicken running free and they're roaming around. And as you get to the meat department, they start pecking your head. And you try to run away and cover your head. So you run away from there as you're covering your head, unable to get meat. The eighth item is brain protection. From the meat department, you make it safely to the dairy department. And over there, you see your favorite professor. And he or she's telling you that you came just in time because the class of how to make cheese is about to start. And you should really take a seat right away. Becoming a learner is the 9th item on your list. At last, the final point of reference is the cashier. What is your final point of reference? The cashier. You got it. You made it to the checkout point and you let a big sigh. The cashier smiles at you and asks you if you found everything you needed. And instead of checking out your groceries, you end up sitting on the cashier checkout point and the cashier gives you a massage. Now, I don't want to scare anyone or any cashiers out there. I just want to remind you that this is just an imagery exercise. The point is, our 10th point of reference is letting go of stress. From now on, I bet that anytime you hit the grocery store, you will remember those 10 brain power points as you go through each of those locations. I invite you to do this exercise for different things that you need to remember. Remember that developing your brain power is an active experience. And just like you would take your body to the gym, it will be important for you to also take your mind to the gym. I invite you to check out Jim Kwik book, Limitless, Upgrade Your Brain, Learn Anything Faster, and Unlock Your Exceptional Life if you want to learn more about it. I hope you heard something that was helpful for you today. If you like what you hear, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, be well.